After Jürgen Klopp announced at the end of last season that he was leaving Liverpool, many feared the club was headed for a challenging period. Over his 8 years in charge, everything at the club had been built around him and his philosophy. Klopp was, in essence, the cornerstone, and without him, it seemed the Merseyside club might plunge into a deep crisis. Adding to the uncertainty was the appointment of the new manager, Arne Slot. Many Liverpool legends, such as Robbie Fowler and Michael Owen, viewed the decision as a mistake. Some didn't even know who he was. However, Slot quickly silenced the doubters. Today, Liverpool sits at the top of the Premier League and looks poised to contend for the title. But how did Arne Slot manage to achieve this? And what transformed the team under his leadership? Let's break it down. Undoubtedly, Jürgen Klopp's era will be written in golden letters in Liverpool's history. It was the German manager who pulled the club out of a prolonged crisis, achieving success in England and, most notably, winning the coveted Champions League title in 2019 in Kiev. Klopp's dynamic attacking style combined with high pressing made his team stand out, often resulting in spectacular matches where Liverpool overwhelmed opponents in goal-scoring frenzies. However, in recent years, Liverpool's performance began to decline, a situation Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City were quick to exploit. When Klopp announced his departure from the club, it shocked everyone. Yet, knowing Jürgen Klopp, it was a rational and thoughtful decision. By that point, he was emotionally drained, which made it difficult for him to continue performing at the same level. Moreover, the club was on the verge of a rebuild, and the management decided it was time for significant changes. Their goal wasn't just to replace Klopp, but also to revitalize the entire project. On June 22nd, it was officially announced that Klopp's successor would be Dutchman Arne Slot. Previously, Slot had successfully managed Feyenoord, winning both the Eredivisie and the National Cup. At his first press conference, Slot stated that he wouldn't make drastic changes to the team, but would build on Klopp's ideas, as they closely aligned with his own philosophy. Many were skeptical about Slot's appointment, arguing that he lacked the authority and experience to work with world-class players. Critics compared his situation to similar struggles seen on the red side of Manchester. However, the Dutchman quickly established a family-like atmosphere in the dressing room, easing the pressure that had been weighing heavily on the team. As a result, the rebuilding process went almost unnoticed. Against all expectations, the Reds started the season with remarkable consistency, showcasing their strength from the very first matches in both the Premier League and the Champions League. Although Slot initially stated that he wouldn't overhaul Klopp's playing philosophy, it quickly became apparent that the team was gradually evolving to reflect the Dutch manager's style. It's also worth noting that Arne Slot inherited a high-quality squad from Klopp, with Federico Chiesa being the only new signing. Slot has been working with essentially the same group of players as last season, but the tactical framework has undergone a dramatic transformation. So, what aspects of the game has the Dutchman changed, and how have they impacted the team? The most noticeable change has been in Liverpool's defensive play. By redefining the roles of the fullbacks, Arne Slot has significantly reduced defensive gaps, allowing the team to maintain its structure during defensive phases and prevent opponents from exploiting open spaces. To explain this in more detail, let's examine the roles of Liverpool's fullbacks. Under Jürgen Klopp, Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold created width by pushing out wide and operating along the flanks. Now, under Slot, they take up narrower positions, occupying the half spaces. Why is this important? The answer is simple. It creates central opportunities for ball control and builds a structure for quick transitions from defense to attack. The most intriguing aspect is what happens next. When Liverpool controls possession in their own half, they intentionally provoke the opponent to press higher. This forces the opposing team to move forward, enabling Liverpool to bypass several players with a long pass, creating space for rapid counterattacks. For players like Salah, Luis Diaz, and Cody Gakpo, exploiting these open spaces is second nature, allowing them to calmly finish attacks with goals. However, the biggest improvement Slot has introduced is in the defensive setup. Liverpool no longer leaves its zones exposed and has minimized gaps between players. Under Klopp, Liverpool's high pressing and frequent counter-attacks often resulted in significant spaces between the lines. After losing possession, opponents could easily exploit these gaps and punish Liverpool with goals. Slot, however, has redefined the team's defensive approach, and this season's statistics confirm the effectiveness of the Dutch coach's adjustments. As mentioned earlier, this season, the team has revamped its attacking build-up style. Through improved ball control, they've managed to maintain a solid defensive structure, reducing the number of breakdowns and making it much harder for opponents to break through to the Reds' goal. It's also worth emphasizing the work Slot and his coaching staff have done with Ryan Gravenberch, who has thrived under the guidance of his compatriot. In addition to his duties as a defensive midfielder, Gravenberch has become a vital connector in central midfield. He provides excellent cover for Alexander-Arnold, who often pushes forward while also serving as a balancing force between defense and attack. Looking at Liverpool's overall performance, Arne Slot has successfully transformed the team's defensive structure while retaining the attacking philosophy established by Jürgen Klopp. This smooth transition has been painless for Liverpool because Slot didn't dismantle what was already built. Instead, he refined the weaker areas and brought fresh ideas to the team, resulting in outstanding performances. Fans across the football world are now captivated by Liverpool's brilliant style of play. All of this has resulted in excellent outcomes for the team, and today the whole world admires Liverpool's gameplay. If we look at this story in the context of Klopp and his long tenure at the club, Liverpool stands out as a remarkable example. We've already seen what happened with Manchester United and Arsenal, where the departures of Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger plunged the clubs into prolonged crises. While the Gunners have somewhat stabilized and are now enjoyable to watch, the Red Devils remain in turmoil. Liverpool, however, successfully navigated its rebuilding process without major setbacks. Klopp's departure didn't become a disaster. Both fans and players highlight Slot's unique ability to build strong relationships within the club and take an individualized approach to each footballer. Virgil van Dijk noted that when Arne Slot joined the team, he immediately fostered excellent relationships with all the players, actively listened to their opinions, and worked to find optimal solutions to unlock the best qualities and immense potential of the squad. Moreover, Slot's detailed analyses and tactical acumen give players a clear understanding up to 90% of how their opponents will play. This preparation allows the team to take control of the game and execute the manager's strategies effectively on the pitch. Experts praise Slot's ability to exploit opponents' weaknesses and make tactical adjustments during matches. This demonstrates not only his flexibility and deeper understanding of the game, but also his sharp decision-making in response to actions on the pitch. A great example of this was the match against Southampton. After making strategic substitutions, Slot adjusted Salah's role, which led to Salah scoring a brace and securing victory for the team. There are many such examples, and as Arne Slot himself has said, success in football relies not only on the players' reactions on the pitch, but also on the manager's decisions on the sidelines. Quick and accurate decisions lead to wins in tough matches, and those wins ultimately result in major triumphs. Today, it's nearly impossible to find any negative aspects in Arne Slot's work at Liverpool. Frankly, there's no point in trying, as the team operates like a well-oiled machine, delivering outstanding performances in both the Premier League and the Champions League. This season, Liverpool rightfully holds the title of one of the most exciting teams, and while much can still change before the season ends, it's safe to say that Slot has not only transformed Liverpool, but has also set them on the right track for success, one that should bring them trophies. What are your thoughts on Arne Slot and Liverpool this season? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I highly recommend checking out some of my other videos, such as Jürgen Klopp's worst Liverpool transfers and how Brighton's reject is now worth 100 million as shown on your screen. My name is Ole. Love this game. See you next time.